said, let's go to where it lands. But Phoebe, you know how much you hate catching trains, and you never wanted to go back there again. Get homesick before you've even closed the door. Well, when's the Phoebe I know? Please make sense, at least this once. You've never liked the cold. Put down your case, close the drawer, and leave your clothes
OBS is terrible. OBS Studios in that it doesn't have a monitor that allows you to allows me to monitor the stream output audio. So that's why I'm not wearing headphones, or I would be. Okay. So, I mean, maybe there's a reason why streamers don't want to do that, but it should be an option anyway. Okay, so here we are inside Compbot. This renders my real-time ray tracer that I have spent well over a decade working on. And finally, I have a machine that's fast enough to make it run fast and look good, and streaming is fast enough that I can stream it and have it look good. Doesn't take care of the problem of nobody paying attention to it, but okay, so here I am just destroying blocks with the mouse button. So I say we're inside Compbot. This is in fact an image of Compbot, as you'll see. Kind of scrambled up. But it's a picture of Compbot. As Pepe. There we go, the familiar image of Compbot. And I have that yellow funny looking stuff there is actually a pattern, and this is something that could never be done in any way. Now I've lost it. Where is it? A rasterizer could never do this. This is a yellow grid-like texture, and the spaces between the yellow texture are mirrors. And here we see in real time a mirror with interreflections. So the mirror is bouncing the mirror reflection. You see that the color kind of gets wonky and over bright in the multiple reflections, but that's okay. So anyway, you can have mirror facing mirror, multiple reflections. There's no way to do that without using a ray tracer. Is this good enough to replace rasterization yet? It's almost fast enough. The thing is that you would want full frame, full screen, 1080p or whatever, which this is not quite. And you want 60 frames a second. Well, accepted, that's good. We're very close to that. We're not a factor of 10 away from that. So this is running on an 8-core Haswell. And we're not a factor of 10 away from doing that and looking good. Maybe a factor of 5. But then, of course, you have to do more to make a video game render that does everything that Unity or Unreal 4 does. Every frame you're going to have to figure out what is potentially visible, and you're going to have to draw it so that it can be ray traced, and that is going to involve creating objects and drawing into the world. And I don't actually know how much that's going to add. So does it now do everything that GPUs do? No. And in fact, I am using a GPU here as part of it. Why not? I'm using a video card GPU, NVIDIA, as the final stage. As you can see, direct your attention to this blue screen, this blue terminal, and you'll notice that final output, I'm using a filter on the GPU card, and we'll change it. So I'm using different cursor programs, start running the GPU. Let's see, the only one that is not, this is the raw ray tracer output. And you see that it is a little speckly. It would actually stop getting any advantage from the GPU filter at all if it was shooting enough rays. But it's not. And so the pixels it's coming up with are kind of blocky, which doesn't affect. I mean, I'm not sure it really looks much worse, but it's fun with the edge detection. There's Compbot again. See his eyes, his wig, his Pepe grin. And this is running, you know, like at like 13 to 15 frames a second, which obviously is, you know, not great. But it's a lot better than it was, you know, in 2005. A lot larger than it was in 2005. I'm throwing away all the color information from the tracer and extracting the edges on the GPU, and it looks great. See, my theory is that no one in the video game industry has ever read J.J. Gibson, especially his stuff on the ecological approach to visual perception, his ecological optics. And include myself in that because I'm not in the video game industry. And here's an image from today, broken up image of some infamous supremacist leader holding up Kathy Griffin's severed head with fuchsia blood. Well, it's not exactly fuchsia, it's more like hot neon pink. Shocking. But let's go behind the image. Let's go into the image. Let's make holes in the image. Let's burrow. No jokes about Edgar Rice Burroughs, please. I should say that you know, there's so many things you could do with this. You could add lighting. There's no lighting at all going on here. At all. I mean, there's shading according to face normals and like the normals with respect to the ray, but that's not lighting. But you know, there could be lighting. It would make things slower, maybe. Not much if you did it right. And we can make smaller holes. Or smaller holes. Or smaller holes. Or smaller holes. And then, of course, we could take any part of this world and break it off and use it as a chunk and make it into a tiny little cube and put it at the bottom of the hierarchy and make it into a tiny copy of itself. So let's see this. Actually, I'm looking for the Serp cube, the Sierpinski cube. I got all kinds of cubes in here. Ah, the Serp cube. This is actually not a true Serp. There's but you get the idea. So I'm giving away the story here because anyone with the right sort of mind will be able to tell how the whole thing works just by looking at it. Oh, I dare say it would take a month or two to actually replicate what I've done here. You know, but it wouldn't take 12 years. I mean, it took me that long simply because I was waiting for machines to get faster. So the SERP looks particularly good if we flatten the camera. I'm not coming closer now, I'm just flattening. I'm making the camera more orthographic. So now, I'll just come closer, having made the... Oh, Brad. This is the problem with the orthographic camera. It's so easy to lose where you are because the solid angle... So I'll just settle the mouse down, and you see how pretty the little shapes made by the NVIDIA GPU filter are.
That's alright.
Really quite marvelous. You know, when I was a young man, maybe about 20, I saw Donald Knuth's tech book in a bookstore, and I looked at it. I was amazed. I was like, one man did that, wrote all that. I was so jealous and amazed, and you know, if I had seen this then, I would have been like probably more amazed. And so I've done something which would have astounded and made me jealous as a young man, and I guess that's really what we want in life. The camera that's really pretty. And really, you know, the SERP cube is the key to the whole thing. I mean, if you can figure out how to ray trace that fractal, you can figure out like how the whole thing works. And that insight, how to do that, is like the work of an afternoon. Figure out how to do it. Just like figure out how to do it for one ray. Step a ray through space, figure out how it works. It's like, okay, a cube is an object knows how to return a color when it's hit by a ray. It's like hella basic. And this is why I actually have come to believe that I have the power to actively suppress other people's interest in my ideas. That the people who would have otherwise gone on to invent these ideas themselves have actively been suppressed from doing so by my being interested in them. So I have had the experience of communicating with somebody, say, oh, I've got a repository on GitHub, try my stuff, I really want to code with other people. Oh yeah, man, I'm really into ray tracing, I want to look at your stuff. And then they look at it, or they look my name up, or, you know, just, you know, Kafka romance dissolver happens, and I never hear from them again, you know? I'm blocked. And it's like, I don't know if it's my personality, if it's my politics, but something about me just makes other people not want to have anything to do with me or my ideas. And this is a great gift. And you see the result of it. I got to work on this for 12 years with nobody else poaching my ideas or working on it or basing the video game industry around it. course, that's going to be over soon because machines are fast enough and have multiple cores now, and this is finally going to be useful. And one of the consequences of my gift of the veil of obscurity is that no one will remember me as the inventor of this, despite the hundreds of videos I have on YouTube documenting every step of my work, despite my GitHub account. No one will pay any attention. Someone else will invent it. Call it something else. Anyway.
Spend it once again. How fast, fast. In reverse. You said let's go to where it lies. But baby, you know how much you hate catching trains. And you never wanted to go back there again. You're homesick before you've even closed the door. Well, it's a Phoebe I know. Please make sense, at least this once. You've never liked the cold. Put down your case, close the drawer, and leave your clothes upon